ever started. Good morning. This morning, our show is brought to you by our fine sponsor, Pins and Aces. Go to pinsandaces.com. Pins and Aces is a Colorado-based golf brand making premium polos, head covers, and gear that perform on the course and stand out everywhere else. Made in the USA, with quality you can feel. Enjoy a special discount of 21% off when you use the code Buffalo as a viewer of the show. So check out pinsandaces.com. They got a lot of really cool stuff. Me and Don liked looking at it the other day. And Don, are you ready? Can you feel the power? Can you feel the excitement? Can you feel the energy? Welcome, fight fans, to Buffalo Fights Live, number 32. Donnie wanted to do it as our O.J. Simpson show, but I don't think that's a good idea, Don.
No, it's not. Dyngus Day edition.
That's not a great idea, Don. Oh, we are going to go with our Dyngus Day edition, but I kind of like the graphic that I brought up, so I wanted to put that up there like that.
That looks cool. I just don't know what Spingus Day is, though.
Oh, it does say Dyngus Day. I forgot about that. All the comments and statements by Eddie Buffalo and Donnie Lowe are purely for entertainment purposes. So take it away, Donnie Lowe, and I'll do my thing.
All right, while you're working your magic behind the scenes there on the keyboard, the magic keyboard. Again, welcome everybody. And the best way to experience this podcast is if you view it on our YouTube channel, EBI Media Buffalo Fights, and you can see the hilarious graphics that Eddie creates, and that was a great one, and videos and just the bantering that we had, those facial expressions. What's that?
I thought that was kind of fun. Yeah,
it is. It is a fun one. And if you're listening to the podcast, you can listen to it on 43 different podcast depositories. The only thing is you can't listen to it all at the same time. So whichever podcast vehicle you listen to, we're probably
there. It would
there.
be something, Don.
It would be, huh? So talk about stereophonic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Podcast, depository, Spotify, YouTube, not YouTube, Amazon, iHeartRadio, Rumble. We're all over the place. TikTokers. We are live on TikTok, and we go live about 50 minutes before the podcast begins. And you can kind of catch our, fine tuning for the show. You can watch the show on TikTok live, and then you can also hang around afterwards as we kind of do post-production things. We talk about the show, how it went, what could we improve upon. So that's another way to kind of watch it. But we like your engagement. So if you have questions, Hotmail button it's fan mail button, excuse me, on if you're listening, and you can send us questions, and we'd just love to answer the questions, ideas for future episodes, and just always know that we do appreciate you taking time out of your day to spend it with us. So we're very grateful for that. So thank you. Are you ready to rock and roll now, Eddie? Are you ready, Eddie?
I am Donnie Lowe. So when Donnie came on today, I said, Vesołego, Alleluia, Donald. And that is Polish for Happy Easter, which I know both of our families had wonderful Easters this past weekend, so I'm pretty excited about that. And then you hit me with your Italian Happy Easter, Don. How do you say that again?
Buono Pasqua. It's Happy Easter in Italian. So I like the red Eddie Buffalo Dyngus Day edition live.
I like this one better. I'll make it a little bit bigger.
And I noticed that I'm wearing red for Dyngus Day, but you're wearing, is it blue or black? Blue, it looks like.
Don, that's because I'm Polish every day of the year. I don't have to be a wannabe player like you, Don.
Good response.
So I got to ask you, Don, because I know obviously you are Italian because you talk about it all the time, and I'm Polish and Irish. So have you ever gone out and experienced Dyngus Day yourself with your family, with your wife, or anything when you were younger? Have you ever done that?
Yes, I have. And I was going to get some Pussy Willows and water gun, but I don't have them. So
You gotta chase your wife around and
yeah,
slap her in the dupaya.
well, I can't do
Make
that.
sure you
But
get her like a super soaker for you to get you all wet.
yeah, really. So yeah, I have experience.
I
It's a
did a
lot of fun.
special. I did a special preview on Friday of Dyngus Day because I know we were going to be talking a lot about fighting today, and I wanted to make sure we got it in there so everybody could celebrate today. You know, it comes from Mingus Dyngus, which means to act the fool. It's a celebration of 40 days of Lent are over. Jesus is risen from the dead for our Christian friends. And it's just a time to like let loose and have fun, eat a lot of food, drink a lot of booze if that's what you're into. Back home, I would always go to the Central Terminal. Central Terminal was actually a place where it used to be. It's very historical because a lot of the troops would actually come in and out through Buffalo.
Yeah.
So they would get tons of people, and that hasn't been since it was I don't know if it was the 50s or 60s, Don, but it is a gorgeous place. It is super duper nice. I really like it a lot.
It's also haunted.
Yes, in fact, one year, remember when Ghost Hunters was on that TV show?
Yes.
They did a live streaming event. And it was on Discovery Channel. I think they're on Discovery Channel. I can't remember. And everything else. And they were actually going live from the Central Terminal, which I thought was really cool.
That was cool. And I believe they did catch some of the sounds on their special equipment while it was
I
live,
thought
right?
it was super duper neat. Yeah, that was really
Yeah.
cool.
I
But,
think it would be remiss if we didn't mention this on today's show, just about Pope Francis passing away early this morning. And of course, our heart and prayers go out to all that are Catholic and really to the world that recognize Pope Francis as a spiritual leader. So
what
interesting for the church.
What I think is really crazy, Don, is I wonder if that movie Conclave will actually get more people wanting to check them out, because I mean that was a fantastic movie, and I don't know if that's something that people are going to want to see. The whole way of how the Pope is picked. I thought that would be kind of interesting to see. I don't know. Did you finally watch the movie, Don?
No, I was gonna say I still have not seen that. The past few weeks, I've been more into the.
You're gonna have to check it out. It was really good.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you what to do, but you will enjoy it. Especially, it's so timely now with the Pope passing.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the list of possible popes, and they're talking about Timothy Dolan from the New York Archdiocese.
Right, the Archbishop of.
I'll be shocked if they ever pick an American. They're talking Nigeria, they're talking Africa, they're talking, Italian as always, But it's going to be interesting. And what that movie gets into is a lot of the politics involved in becoming the Pope, which I think is an interesting thing for people to see.
What I found interesting. So I think when you talk about the potential candidate from Africa is Cardinal Sarah is his name, and although he may be too old, I'm not sure. because I don't believe they can elect a pope that is 80 years old or older.
That makes a lot of sense. I mean,
But
because look at the first Pope, John Paul. He lasted less than 30 days.
okay, yeah,
Remember?
yeah.
And
Um,
there he is, Pope Francis. And I was surprised, a little bit surprised this morning that Dolan was talking about what he did, because they had him live on CNN or Fox. I can't remember which one it was. And he's like, a lot of people didn't agree with what this guy was talking about, because he said it was okay to, bless gay marriage, and Dolan's like, I think, you'll see the church go to a little bit back to the center, because a lot of people even told him, like, hey, maybe you should think about this before you say anything, Pope, because it's such a trigger item for everybody. The way I look at it, I don't care what you do, who you believe in, how you act your life, as long as you're not an asshole. You're okay with me. You do whatever you want. So that's my 2 cents. I stole your saying, Don, but it's hard to say. These are going to be changing times for everybody in the church, so it should be interesting.
it'll be interesting. But I was just going to go back real quick to what I guess I heard it before, but I maybe I forgot about it. Is that so all the bishops of the world and the cardinals, excuse me, congregate to the Vatican to elect the next pope. And in the first round, every cardinal had kind of like states their case for who they would like to see as the next pope. But if you're 80 years old or older, you're not allowed to vote for the next pope. But you can state your case, and then
I didn't know that, Don.
yeah, I heard that this morning, and so I thought that was very interesting. So that eliminates like 130 people that can vote for the pope, because there are that many cardinals that are 80 or older, which is kind of crazy,
Oh, there you go, Don. The front runner. They're betting on this. The front runner in the betting markets would be the first Asian pope, Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, 67, from the Philippines. Very interesting.
Oh,
Is
wow.
a name often mentioned among liberals within the Catholic Church. Interesting. All right, let's get back to talking about boxing, Don. All right.
Yes. So yeah, you sent me
Because this
something.
was your idea, anyways. So
That was the Buffalo
Donnie
fights.
said, "Hey, it's Dyngus Day. Let's talk about Polish fighters. Look at this monster, Mariusz Pudzianowski. Look at that. He's using all the consonants in that last name. Just a monster, known as one of the strongest men in the world. There he is with Eddie Hall. Eddie Hall is interesting. Oh, February 7th, 1977. He's a Star Wars baby. Yeah. 256 pounds. He looks bigger than that. Holy shit.
It's
Jesus.
255 pounds of muscle, I guess.
Mariusz Pudzianowski, also known as Pudzian, and the Dominator, is a Polish mixed martial arts and former strongman competitor. All right, Mike, Polish accent's gonna come out on this show, Don.
Uh-oh, watch out.
Poletta, Don. Oh.
Are you going to show that that match with
Yes.
Pudzianowski and Butterbean?
Oh, he was against the Beast too. We got to look at that one too. So interesting. A lot of people talk smack about him when they're getting ready to fight. Why you would talk smack against that monster is freaking beyond me. I just don't understand why you would be that silly to do that. But we've talked about Butterbean before. What a monster this fellow was.
I know.
And Pudzianowski fought Butterbean, and I'm gonna play it in the background. And I think I might actually fast forward a little bit too.
As you bring this up,
You
and
know what? I grabbed the wrong one, Don, because they're showing like a lot of fights. Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me find the right one.
what I thought was interesting.
There it is. I got it.
Butterbean is barefoot.
Did I get Don? I'm sorry.
It's not up yet.
Yeah. Well, it kind of may. In MM, I didn't share it yet.
Oh,
In MMA, there we go. What I thought was funny when I did finally send Donnie the clip of the fight, it was in Polish. Which I didn't mean to do that.
How appropriate.
You know what, Don? It seemed like everyone that I want to share is not the right one I'm looking for. So just you keep on talking and I'll find a good one.
All right. If you check your text, because you had sent it to me. So last week.
I don't know if I can pull it up that way though. You know, I wish I could. Let me see.
But yeah, I thought it was interesting that Butterbean is barefoot. And then their gloves, they're not traditional boxing gloves. It looks like.
Oh no.
Because they're like a regular glove, you know, with fingers. And I thought that was interesting. But I mean, you're talking.
Let me try to find it.
Between Bujandowski.
Just the size of these guys.
Yeah, and Butterbean. I was just say, I can't believe how big they are. Bujandowski's all muscle.
There's no way that guy's only 200. There's no way that guy's only 265 pounds, Marios. They no way, man. None. I keep on grabbing the wrong one, Don. Son of a pup.
Well,
there we go. We have a short.
All right, cool.
I know. I just hate being unprepared. You know, I always like having this stuff up here. But shoot. Well, I'm gonna just start playing it and fast forward if I can. You know. So, because I know I'm not gonna play the whole thing.
No.
Because it's just too long.
But it's worth seeing parts of it.
Jesus. and you know what bothered me when I'm looking at this video? You're gonna laugh at me, Don. I'm looking at Marios, and he's got like advertisement painted on his back.
I know.
Like, I wouldn't want that.
I was wondering, is that a tattoo or is it just a paint? You know, is it painted on his back?
It's just paint. Look at the size of these guys. Holy shit.
So Butterbean, I don't know. I don't think he's got a neck at all.
Looks like Butterbean wants to eat him.
So yeah, so he's barefoot.
Yeah, Don, I didn't notice that until you said it. Why does Butterbean not have? Why does he not have? Number one, why does he not have shoes on? And number two, why do they not have boxing gloves on? I didn't catch that until you just saw that.
Yeah, they both don't have traditional boxing gloves on. See?
No. But at least Budzanowski has. Oh, there it goes, Don. He just started pummeling.
He's wailing away on him.
Beating the living crap out of him. And pound for pound, Butterbean hit a bunch. You know, just this guy. Oh my gosh. He's just covering up and hoping that he was somewhere else.
Butterbean's trying to throw some, but he's not really landing them. Crazy.
Oh, he looks like he's crying. Just his face. You know, it's like, okay, how are you gonna stop this guy?
I know, it's like, come on,
put him in a chokehold. Look at all these people running in to stop the fight.
I know.
You think one guy is actually gonna stop the fight? Holy shit. That's insane. Yeah, that really bothers me. The advertisement on his back.
I know.
That's what I get for being a clean Pollock, you know?
Look at how graceful at least they are, right?
God. Like I said, you know, most of the time when you're fighting guys, you know each other, you know, or at least you know their tendencies and things like that. You know, I always tried to find out the name of their wives or one of their kids if I really wanted to aggravate the crap
Look
out
at
of
that one
somebody.
shot.
I would start talking crap.
I know.
Which
Go
one?
up one, just a little bit more. Right there. Look at that shot.
Oh my God, that's insanity. That's somebody else versus Butterbean.
Yeah, Manoa.
Let's see if I can just pull up some more about Marius. God, I thought my cousin Bobby Jezerowski, I thought he had a rough name until I saw that. You know, oh yeah, it's like you know you're Polish when your last name you use all the consonants pretty much.
Yeah.
Hey, look at
Now,
the
do
size of
most
this guy. I'm gonna
Polish
start
names
playing some shorts instead.
do most Polish names end in SKI
Most
or
Polish
like
names,
W or something?
no, not really.
No.
Not really, because the one thing I was going to say, a lot of people ask me if my last name was shortened, which it wasn't. But before we, you're slipping, Don.
No, I
Before
was
we
gonna say
go any
something.
further about Polish names, what do we got to do?
We,
What do we got to do,
we have to
Don?
pay for our bills. We have another great sponsor.
Pay our bills, yes. And this portion of the show is brought to you by Tona Activewear. Did it come up yet, Don? I don't see it. There it comes.
Yep.
TonaActive.com. Tona, founded by one of Lululemon's original designers, is a premium line of leggings designed for women who train hard. They are moisture wicking and fit perfectly. Customers say it's like a push-up bra for my butt. Once again, maybe I should get a pair of these. It maybe be the first time in my life I have a butt. Check them out. And as a listener of the show, if you put in the promo code Buffalo, you'll be able to get 16% off. It's like all these weird percentages today.
I know.
Pins and Aces was 21, Tona Active was 16. And I saw the prices of Lululemons and of these things. Your butt better look fantastic, ladies, in these things, because I'm thinking about buying a pair for myself to see if I can actually have a butt. So,
You know, the great
So,
thing is with our sponsors is you get that discount, which is if you can save money, that's awesome. So don't forget the Buffalo code Buffalo.
and we should have a poll. Who thinks that would look better in Tona Activewear, Donnie Lowe or Eddie Buffalo?
No poll.
We can both wear a pair of them, Don. We'll look hot, dude. We look super hot in them.
I'll tell you what, you can model for the Tona Active. That would be awesome. And then I'll do the Pins and
The
Aces.
Lululemon? Because you're fancy, Don. That's why you want the Lululemons. That's why you want
Pins
them.
and Aces.
You're a
I'll do.
fancy fella. So, okay, I'm only going into this because you asked, okay? So Eddie Buffalo's real name is Eddie Bednarz, Bednarz. But my cousin Michael, when he retired, he started really going into our family's history. And what was really cool about it, that he was able to get the paperwork from Ellis Island for my grandfather. And two things that really stand out to me. The little town in Poland that he was from was under Russian occupation.
Oh, wow.
So when he came over, he did not come over as a Pole. He came over as a Russian, even though he was born in Poland.
Do you know what year that was, or roughly?
No. I have a picture of the card. I didn't think we were going to go here this morning, or
Yeah.
I would have looked for it. I probably just better off asking Michael to email it to me. Probably. I even printed it back home. I have it on my wall back in Buffalo, the certificate of him coming into the country.
Oh, how cool.
And like you hear this story a lot, I guess, they spelled our name wrong.
Yeah.
So instead of Bednarz, it's actually spelled Bednaszz.
Oh, wow.
Bednash. Americanized, it's Bednarz. And you were asking me about the different Polish names with the ski. Well, that's not really a thing. There are a lot of skis, but your name is pretty much what that person that originally had that name, their profession was. So back in Poland, even though here in America you wouldn't think Bednarz is a popular name, back in Poland, I wanted to say Ireland. I did that. I called Tilsky beer Irish beer last week. I talk about being a Polak. Yes. So my name translates to barrel maker, which in Poland, a barrel maker is not about barrel maker. A barrel maker is someone that takes, the wooden casks of whiskey or beer and turns those into bars for taverns.
Oh my gosh.
So it was interesting. So I went to school with a kid named Kazmierzak. That is the most unfortunate name in the Polish. Kazmierzak translates to undertaker.
Oh, really? Kazmierzak.
Yes. Kazmierzak. You got to get your sh and your chuz, Donnie.
Okay. Kazmierzak.
Yes. Dobrze, Pani. Dobrze.
Pani? You're calling me Pani?
You're my honey. You're my honey, Don.
Oh my gosh.
You're my Krupnik, Don. I'll tell you, when I was drinking, I loved Krupnik. You either loved it or you hated it. And one year, there was actually a shortage of Krupnik. And me and my ex would go to, oh, excuse me, yawning and sucking the air out of the room. We went to the, in front of the Broward Market, and the Central Terminal. And I think the last year I went, they had it was 45,000 people at that party.
Wow.
And I know last year, I don't know what the numbers were for this year, but last year they had 75,000 people on the east side.
Huh.
And one of my Irish buddies, I'm not going to say who it is, but he was bartending. He's like, hey, Ed, come here. He had a bottle of Krupnik behind the bar.
Try this, right?
My Irish ex-wife did not like Krupnik. She was drinking Krupnik that day. Yes. And that was an interesting afternoon. Because then everybody would end up at the Polish bar, believe it or not, Artie's on the east side. And I was talking to one of the people that work there, and they make 95% of their revenue for the year on Dyngus Day.
Wow. That's wild. That is crazy. So last week I mentioned that we had gone to the prior weekend to the Broadway Market. And I was shocked at how many, stands and tables or whatever they were sampling and tasting and selling.
That's huge now, Don.
Wine.
It's huge.
Along with, whiskey, bourbon, vodka, gin. And there was a table that had Krupka. It was
Krupnik. Say it right, you non-Polak. Yeah.
Krupnik. Sorry. Hey, I'm more in tune with the Sambuca, Limoncello.
Hey, you Dagos drink what you want, us Polacks
drink
what we want. The Irish, we drink everything.
Amaretto.
we're multinational drinkers.
But I just can't believe how many there were. So it was crazy.
Now, what did you end up buying when you were at the market, Don? Did you get sausage, or is the line ridiculous?
Oh, the line was absolutely ridiculous for that. So we did not get it there. But we did get Polish sausage for Easter for yesterday. But
did you go to Lupa's or did you go to another one?
Uh, at the market, you mean?
Yeah.
No, I forgot. I
That
forgot
was
which.
my favorite, Lupa's.
I don't know if they're still there or not. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
recall.
I'm not going anyplace.
Oh, maybe.
'Cause I would still take my girls like every other week. I would go down there and get the sausage and make the breakfast. My favorite breakfast to make for them would be, and I talked about it on Friday's show, is I get the sausage, I'd boil it first to get rid of some of the grease, and then I would slice it, cook it first, and then add eggs so that the grease and everything would come together. And
Nice.
what do you think was my favorite thing to drink with that breakfast, Don? It tasted just fabulous with everything.
I guess I'm not going to say orange juice.
No, chocolate milk.
Really?
Sounds like it would not be good.
Yeah.
And then when I worked on the railroad, I couldn't eat it, but I love the poppy seed cake with the icing on top. Oh,
yeah,
me and my
the lemon,
son would
lemon
just
poppy
tear
seed?
that up. No, I like the regular. I didn't like the lemon.
Oh, okay. I like
But
the lemon.
either like it or don't. It's one of those things too.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
true. Chocolate milk and sausage and eggs.
Believe it or not, Don, it was pretty freaking good.
Maybe
Yeah.
when I was a kid, I would enjoy that. I'm sure I
You're
would.
still a kid, Don.
I am.
My,
I'm a kid.
my
at
little
heart.
Pontiaca, Donnie. Oh, my honey. So, listen, that was a fun show. We were talking about stuff I never even thought we were going to talk about. Dyngus Day. I do miss being back in Buffalo for it. I hope all my family and friends have a fun, safe day of drinking and eating. We didn't even talk about Saints stands and how the Felicians are still cooking all the food by hand. Delicious, good stuff. There's a line for it that's worth it, Don. 100%. Yeah. So we want to thank everybody for being on again. We have another full week of shows. Tomorrow, it's our EBI News for You. We do a little bit of news, a little bit about pop culture. I'm sure we're going to be talking about the Pope. I'm sure it's Monday, so you know the orange guy is going to be doing something. He'll be trying to negotiate with somebody, you know.
Bring your
you want
tools.
to keep on doing what you're doing, or you want to negotiate with me? Keep on doing what you're doing, or negotiate. So I'm sure we'll have a lot to talk about tomorrow. And Donnie's got some things to do on Wednesday, so we will not be live on Wednesday. We're going to tape Wednesday show tomorrow, so that should be good. And then Thursday, the big Mike show, talking about semen and cows and how he time travels with his cows. I'll tell you, people are so excited about this show. Every time I do a short or a reel on either YouTube or TikTok, people are going nuts over it.
That's
and
great.
we're almost at 10.3 now on our TikTok people.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So we're going to end the show like we always do. If you like working with people that are just like you, have the same values that you want to protect your family like we do, we're the people to see. You can reach me and Don at eddiebuffaloinsurance@gmail.com. And what's the hotline, Don?
It is 903-662-1564. That's 903-662-1564.
And in honor of Dyngus Day for our Polish friends, Don, what's the hotline?
It's 903-662-1564.
So your buddy Eddie, for your buddy Eddie Buffalo, and your Polak wannabe Donnie with his red shirt, loser.
You're just jealous.
You got to remember, life is definitely worth living, but what do you got to do, Donnie?
You got to keep on fighting every day.
TikTok people, YouTube people, Donnie, you need two.
I'm blocking.
We look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow at 9:00 Central Time for EBI News for You. And thank you for being with us today, folks. Be safe out there and have fun on Dyngus Day. You know, all you guys, get the girls on the dupaya with your pussy willows, and all the ladies squirt them with. I think your wife should squirt you with like a super soaker, Don. They'll teach you your lesson.
Yeah, she would love to do that, believe me.
All right, guys, we are out of here. Have a great day.
In the spirit of Dyngus Day, ciao.